So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Off play action. Nowak. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Well, we knew coming in it was going to be a long afternoon if they weren't able to hold up against this pass rush, huh?
What we didn't know was that protection was going to spring a leak on the first play from scrimmage.
Got after him right out of the gate.
Got to hope that's not a sign of things to come as they face an early 2nd and long.
They'll try the middle with Garendo.
And he is going to lose yardage here. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down.
Apparently this defense has come to play. A sack and a run stop on the line on the first 2 plays.
I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Nowak.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. They'll look to throw here on 1st down.
Well, that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. You talk about this Giant defense.
They were terrific a week ago in the win over Seattle.
And the big difference in the game, their ability to force turnovers. Multiple, in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, the big difference in the game.
It was impressive. Now the question, can they duplicate it?
Here's 2nd and 10.
Operating from the gun. Nowak. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else. And now it's 3rd and 10. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 25-yard line. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
Well, that's one way and a good way to get things going offensively. One play in, and they're already on the move. The defense, they're hoping that's not a sign of things to come as this game unfolds.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical, they've been crisp, and as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
First and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. On the ground with a rookie from Auburn.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
It hasn't been a real good start to this game from a defensive perspective, but now after the incompletion on 2nd down, things may be changing. If they can come up with one more play, they might be able to get out of it with just a field goal attempt.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Now a first carry here for the running back. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Give him a couple on the run there, and now they're in that in-between area here on 4th and goal. A very early decision to be made here.
There is, and I think that because they're the home team, I would ride that wave a little bit, and I would gamble and go for it. Doesn't seem like it's optimal, but you're the home team. You'll get the support of the crowd all game long. Go get it right now. Put 6 on the board.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. Slot man moves right. On 4th down, Nowak. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had the play call on 4th and goal, but it's dropped in the end zone. And on the opening drive of the ball game, the defense comes up with a goal line stand. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one. Force the incompletion. That'll allow him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere.
Now a 2nd and 10.
They'll look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. Back to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
There's a lot about that play you could easily see coming. Backed up in the shadow of their own goal line, you know they're going to face pressure.
He's lucky his arm was going forward. It was close, but it was going forward.
Yeah, it could have been a safety or even given up a defensive touchdown.
And the Giants send out their punter now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. Taking on the midfield logo. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Niners set up well. They take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Throwing to start the drive. Nowak.
And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete. You talk about this Giant defense.
They were terrific a week ago in the win over Seattle.
And the big thing for them was the interceptions. And you hear teams all the time talk about establishing themselves against the pass. You know, no-fly zones and things of that nature. This group had a bunch of them in last week's game.
On the give, it's Garindo.
And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
A tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a fourth down.
There's another example what defensive coaches constantly preach, not allowing any run after the catch. They give up a few more yards than they wanted to, but they were able to get him down quickly and force a fourth down.
On fourth down, Nowak.
He's got his running back out of the backfield.
And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. We're scoreless after 1. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 2nd and 13 forthcoming. Back to throw. Nowak. And a throw right sideline is complete. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
The offense on 3rd down, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. The keeper nets him only a yard, and that's going to bring up 4th.
They tried their best to pick up that 3rd and 1, but their surge wasn't enough to counteract what came back at them from the defensive side, was it?
Offensive line, especially in the middle, looked like they were on skates a little bit when that one started.
So now we bring up 4th and inches. This would be a critical call.
So the snap will come from the 3, but remember, they don't need the touchdown. They can get the 1st down if they get a yard, and the ball gets to the 2. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. They'll try and run for it. And across the goal line into the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. A great effort there.
His 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the 49ers post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter. Moody good with the extra point.
And it's now a 7-0 game.
So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes. Because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But what the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it and let's go with it.
2nd and 3. And the Niners get there and bring him down.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
3rd down and 13.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And got his man complete.
Look at the big man rumble.
Touchdown, Giants. A big play there. His 4th touchdown on the year.
And the Giants are an extra point away from drawing level.
When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call, but he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
Yeah, they dipped a game below 500 following the loss last week, and you get the sense that maybe this team's at a little bit of a crossroads here.
Yeah, I think that's a really good way to put it, because what's that old malaprop? If you come to a fork in the road, take it. Because this crew, they're losing ground fast. They've got to start winning some ball games. And the good teams, they're starting to separate themselves, and these guys are being left behind.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. That's complete to his tight end, Paulson. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Good work there to force the incompletion and 4th down. Normally, it'd be a quick change for the punt return unit, but this offense has converted twice on 4th down so far, so you may want to double-check things there and make sure they're actually going to kick the football.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And just a 30-yard punt that time. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner, they can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first. And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
2nd and 10.
On play action, they'll throw. Steps away. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss. Blake Gillikin on to punt now on 4th down.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this one sails out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25. It will. 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. It's Deontay Banks with it.
And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. First down, Giants on a pickup of 14.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch? And then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. 15 yards there for number 15.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover. And they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And a good display of footwork will only get him just inside the 5 to the 4. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
It's now 3rd and goal.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
They're going to look to throw. Flush to his right. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown run.
And the Giants will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half.
They were looking to pass the ball there, but they forgot to account for the man with the football.
Yeah, I can hear people right now saying, well, why don't you have a spy in your defense, someone who will dance with him and go where he goes? Well, oftentimes if you utilize a spy, you've taken away someone in coverage as well. And oftentimes, the spy, not as athletic as the guy he's trying to keep up with, so he gets defeated anyway.
And he turns 3rd and goal into a touchdown. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
With his slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
This is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted.
And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
Fortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
Now a play fake here on first down, eluding the pressure right. And some room to maneuver. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. A great play there as the first half is winding down. And the Giants would extend their lead here just before halftime.
Partner, to me, that touchdown had something that was kind of rooted in that group seeing the future. What I mean by that is they had a plan. Let's find a way to score right here before the half, and that'll give us momentum going into the second half, give us that cushion that we're looking for. They got that accomplished, scoring right before the half ended.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot. Well, they did throw interceptions on their last two drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for second down.
Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6.
Looking to throw. Nowak. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Second half ready to get rolling. The Giants with a lead, and they are set to receive this kick.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner.
Yeah, they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
He'll drop to throw.
Oh, a dangerous pass there, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Talanoa Hufanga.
And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. Pretty much everything went their way offensively in the first half, but now an interception on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
As we know, the key to everything here, don't get careless with the football. The problem is you've got to stay aggressive as well. So where's the line between being aggressive and attacking and being overly aggressive? I think they just crossed it on that one.
Well, now they'll try the end around.
And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line.
Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a 1st down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Throw left side is complete on the diving effort. 13 yards, and it keeps the drive moving.
To me, there's nothing like watching rookie effort in the NFL. So excited to be there. They're going to give you the max on each and every play, aren't they?
Well, he proved himself on that catch, that's for sure.
I think he may have proved himself to the point where he's going to get a 2nd here.
And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back 1st downs.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
And he's got it.
And the 49ers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And across the chalk into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year.
And the Niners have cut it back within a score. Moody good with the extra point.
And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14.
49ers 14.
So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away. Oh, and some hitting going on now. This has been a tight game, and he takes a big shot there on the return.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
Pretty important 3rd quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down. Well, they brought the pressure, and that meant man coverage behind him, so he's still able to complete the pass.
Even as he took the hit. And that's what you have to do, because I was just talking with a coach the other day, and he said, look, it's not always going to be pretty back there. You're going to have to give me completions. Even when you're taking some hits, sometimes you have to be your own blitz control, for lack of a better term. Got to make completions, step up and make those throws, and he did that.
In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's a 2nd down and 9.
Now back to throw.
That one taken in by Neighbors.
Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a 1st down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Give him back-to-back catches now. That one for 16 and another 1st down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Hang on a second here, because on that last play, it appears one of the Giants shaken up from the 31. Here's 2nd down and 2.
Again, he'll drop to throw.
Complete right side to Hyatt. And he's going to get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it as he gets wiped out on that one.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
They'll look to throw again.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 13-yard line.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Back to throw again. And that incompletion breaks a string of 5 straight connections. And it's 2nd down.
I can assure you, setting up a screen is much more difficult than it appears. It requires excellent timing from everyone on the offense, and a defense's #1 goal is to throw that timing off.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
He'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line.
Gregory Rousseau
able to record his 5th sack of the season.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. They'll look to throw here. And that is caught. He's got it for a Giant touchdown. From 13 yards out.
And the Giants add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Well, that's certainly going to bump up the old win probability index because now it's a 2-score game here the 4th quarter.
Yeah, you're taking me into that deep water now. Win probability index. This game's definitely not over. We're not looking at a 0.5% or something. It's just 2 scores. But the way that this team has played, to me, what I've seen, they absolutely deserve to win this game. They've been the better team by far throughout.
The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And good coverage defensively. They wouldn't let him get ahead of steam going, and he'll be brought down at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. As this offense comes back out here, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game. And they've been on the sideline for a while. They did score their last time out, but they just had to watch that long, sustained drive, so we'll see if they can shake the rust off.
Yeah, and that's always a question that you have when you have to come off the bench after having sat there for a long time. Are you ready to go? Are you loosened up? But even more so, are you mentally alert and ready to put your best product out there?
Here's a 2nd and 7. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 32. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Back to throw. Nowak. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Part of what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Good yardage on the completion there. When they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. And the Giants are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. They'll set up a throw. That is caught. And he will have a Giants first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4. Back to throw now on 1st down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Well, no one likes to see that drop, but I'll guarantee it's not going to stop his quarterback from going back to him anytime he has open space.
The slot man in motion right. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. That's complete. It's Neighbors. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13. And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 45-yard line. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Well, this has been a good march down the field, but now they're stuck looking at a 2nd and 14. He'll look to throw. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 28. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. They'll look to throw here on 1st down.
Completed to Hyatt.
And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown.
Jalen Hyatt,
28 yards.
And the Giants have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter.
Is it okay if I break one of our rules, partner, which is to never call a game over until it's over? Because this certainly feels like it's over after that drive.
Yeah, that was spirit-crushing, wasn't it? And now you just kind of felt the air go out of the balloon.
Yeah, they were fighting so hard to stay in there, and they knew they had to stop them on that drive. But when they were unable to, I think you're exactly right. You could see them sag on their sideline, and I think this one might just be over.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. Oh, and that is well read defensively. A great job of setting the edge, and that little touch pass is going to turn into a loss. Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
And that pretty much has been the storyline, Charles. This defense, they seem to be one step ahead from the start of the game until now.
And you identified it perfectly, and we can see the frustration that's settling in now. And it's probably been there for a long time. But now it's evident because you can see it in their faces, you can see it in their body language, maybe even a little bit in that play call that ended up maybe closing them out.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. On the move to his left. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. A lot of effort there for just a 3-yard gain, and now 2nd down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Now he'll escape to his left. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. Looking to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
No let up in this passing game. They've been a well-oiled machine throughout. And actually saw a few guys on the sidelines at the end of the third quarter doing the old hold up 4 fingers college sign, meaning the fourth quarter is ours. And they certainly weren't kidding.
Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Touchdown! A 5-yard touchdown. And the Giants up the lead to 4 scores now here in this fourth quarter.
Well, partner, when a team's up this big, this late in the game, I always wonder what's their motivation, because if it's me, I'm thinking about pulling on the reins a little bit. But for them, I don't think it's in their DNA. It's not in their head coach's makeup at all. I think his opinion is, you stop us, we're not supposed to pull back ourselves.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. And that'll increase their lead to 28.
Next to score, Giants 42, 49ers 14.
The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. They were already backed up. Now they're backed up further.
I think they were being so careful to make sure all assignments were covered that they ended up running themselves out of time.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. Well, they're inching closer and closer here to the wrong goal line.
When you're backed up like that, all you're trying to do is make sure you don't give up a big play, right? You don't miss an assignment that really gets you into more trouble.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And he'll take this for a short gain on what will prove to be the final play of this ball game. So plenty of smiles for the folks here as they head for the exits. It's a victory for their hometown guys. And this coaching staff, CD, I think you'd agree, pleased with this overall effort.
Oh, I think they're more than pleased, right? They've got to look at each other like, wow, we just pulled this one off in a big way. Great job of motivating. Even better job of game planning. They were facing a top 10 defense, so they had to make sure that everything was buttoned down, and they had it ready to go, and their guys executed.
Yeah, they were concerned not only about moving the ball through the air, but also on the ground, but both really started to come in sync. So for the Giants, the win will move them to 7-2 now on the year, and they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for San Francisco, they fall 2 games under 500 now at 3-5. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.